but what are your thoughts on the evolution of the game since, because it's funny because you were drafted in 98, right?
Yep.
And I told you when I was first your teammate that I was 8 years old when you came into the NFL, Peyton, and you were like, "Don't ever say that to me again."
That was if you would have been an offensive player that said that, I probably wouldn't have thrown you a lot of passes that year, right? Don't draft Wolfe on your fantasy team. He's not going to get the ball this year after reminding me of how old I am.
So what do you think about that? What is like the evolution of the game now? There's kids are getting money in college. So like you said, we're not coming to the league. They're not coming to the league broke anymore. They're, because I had $7 in my pocket when I got drafted.
Yeah.
So it was like, they put all that money in your account and it's just different. So now they should already be learning financial literacy at that young age, and then it's just crazy to me. So I'm interested to see what you think of that.
There's no doubt that it's different. And I was actually back at the University of Tennessee about a month ago, and the Coach Heupel wanted me to talk to the team and kind of a little bit about that, believe it or not, which is kind of hard to believe. Usually when you go back and talk to a college team, it's about working hard. It's about the pride in the university. And now there's other things that are on these guys' plates. And like you said, that's other things they have to think about besides just, getting their degree, being the best football player you can be, which those were the goals that I had when I went to play college. I want to be the best football player I could be, want to get a great education. And now there's more to that. So look, I hope the passion for the game is still there. That doesn't get taken away from these kids. And look, I hope all of them, I understand it's good to have goals, and I hope every kid gets to have a chance to keep playing in the NFL, but also to enjoy the college experience, right? I remember, you talked about your time at Cincinnati and you love Butch Jones, who ended up coaching at Tennessee, right? I mean, there still needs to be that great coach-player relationship and the bond with your teammates, as opposed to just using college as just this stepping stone to get to the NFL. And, these kids that are transferring 2 and 3 times, I'm like, golly, I feel like that kid's probably not getting the same college experience that I had, or you had, or others have. And so, I'm concerned about that a little bit. And you hope they come into the NFL with still the same drive and determination that you had, right? That I had, because you haven't, earned anything at that point. It was really, for me, I worked a summer job in college, but kind of my first job. And now is the time to go earn it, right? You hope they don't think that they've actually kind of made it because they made some money in college, and you hope they have that same hunger and drive. Obviously, it depends on the individual. So, it's no doubt it's different. But look, I still love college football. I love the pageantry of it. To me, there's always something different than the NFL and college football. I hope we don't lose kind of what made college football so special.
Yeah. I think they are missing out on like you said, the transferring 2 or 3 times. There was times where I was like, man, I got to get out of here, and I'm sure you felt the same way when you first got to Tennessee. You probably felt like, man, I don't know if I can do it. Like, I don't know if I think I need to be somewhere else maybe. And I'm so happy that I stuck it out.
Right.
That and it worked out for me. I had this conversation with Joe Burrow too. And I was like, do you think you made the right decision? He's like, obviously he did, right? It worked out. But I was like, what were you thinking at that time? And he said he was just like, man, I looked around in the room and I was like, I'm never going to play.
Right.
In that case, it made sense for him to go. But these guys that are just like, oh, this coach doesn't like me. If the coach doesn't like you, there's probably a reason. It's probably your fault. That's just, so it's like, maybe you need to look inside of yourself and change something about yourself and not go change to another coach. And I think it's making it tough on these NFL coaches because these guys come to the league and they've been babied really. So it makes me nervous for what kind of player you're going to be getting into the NFL. The guy that's switched schools 3 or 4 times, gets drafted in the first round, and then now he's expecting things to be a certain way.
I would certainly think, as these NFL evaluators, I mean, they look at everything, right? I mean, they're looking at certainly how you play on the field, how you treat the equipment manager, how you treat the video director. They're researching all of that, right? And that's my message to college players is that, hey, it's more than just kind of how you play on the field, right? They're going to do their homework, treat those equipment managers well, right? I mean, those guys are washing socks at midnight, right? I mean, show them you appreciate them, and no different in the NFL is as I know you appreciated our Broncos equipment guys. And so, but there's no doubt, they are kind of researching and that, and who is, still hungry to come out and improve themselves. And like I said, you can't speak for all of them, but you hope that these college players still have that drive to try to, keep being the great player and to kind of earn it. Right. That's kind of the message I've always said, Derek, when you get drafted, when you were drafted by Cincinnati, I never felt like you thought, okay, I've done something, right? It's not really a reward that they drafted you. It's, hey, Derek, this is what we expect you to do for us now, right? We expect you to be a disruptor, right? We're going to give you this contract, but you got to go earn it, right? And that's my message for young players now in college, especially in the NFL, is go earn it, right? Go earn it by going to work every day and being the player that they expect you to be. That's why they drafted you, right? It's not really the time to celebrate. It's the time to go to work.
Yeah, that's when the real work starts.
That's right.